Hey, what it do, 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 what it does, man. We back with a crazy story, which I know is crazy because I haven't heard the story, but I've been seeing it go all across headlines. Kimani Latigue. Let's just see what happened. I don't even know what happened. I know this young lady passed away. RIP to her. 13 years old, Toledo, Ohio. Let's get into this.
She was phenomenal. Kimani was a helper. She loved older music. She loved playing video games. She played basketball for Spring Elementary. She was highly intelligent. She loved the friends and family that she was allowed to be around. She was phenomenal. Like I said, she was like no other kid her age.
This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard. This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, raped, had her hands cut off, and her throat almost cut off.
I just wish that when I was down here last that I had just taken her to Indianapolis with me. So this would have never happened. A lot of things, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but
What the hell am I about to look at, bro? What did he just say, bro?
at the end of the day, I just really wish that whatever happened and whoever did this, y'all didn't have to do that to her.
One of our SWAT teams was working a dangerous individual who was wanted for a serious crime.
This is an absolute animal that came into our town. Our SWAT are the best of the best. We have sent a message. You murder somebody, do not come to this town.
It's just devastating that me and my family have to go through this.
Yo, what the?
We are tracking new developments in a disturbing story. A 13-year-old girl reportedly killed by her father. Her body left inside an abandoned home in East Toledo.
Along with Kaylee Marintet, I am Jeff Smith. It is a situation that continues to evolve. Toledo police issuing an alert that Kimani Latigue was missing 1 week ago. 6 days later, TPD finds her body, and now new information on how Kimani died and where the man who police say killed her is right now.
Here's what we've learned in the last few hours. Police say a SWAT team found Kimani's dad, Darnell Jones, in Columbus. There was reportedly an altercation and officers shot Jones. Officials say they recovered a gun and Jones is expected to survive.
The Lucas County Coroner's Office also releasing Kimani's cause of death. An autopsy showed that she died from multiple wounds to the neck, and the coroner ruled her death a homicide.
Late this afternoon, Kimani's grandmother spoke exclusively with WTOL 11. We have that full interview in just a moment.
Here's how the story has unfolded over the last week. Toledo police posted the alert that Kimani was missing on Tuesday, March 18th. It was just after 4 p.m. She was last seen reported at her grandmother's home on Elm Street. That's in North Toledo. The next day, WTOL 11 spoke with the teen's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue. She's also Kimani's legal guardian. She said she came home from work Tuesday morning, found Kimani was missing. She called her school before making a report to Toledo police.
By Friday, family, friends, and even strangers came out to North Toledo to search for Kimani. Her mother, Tiara Caston, was there from Cleveland. Kimani's dad, Darnell Jones, would be charged with abduction on Sunday, March 23rd. Court documents showed he was the last person with her before she went missing.
And then on Monday, March 24th, police found a body inside a home on Miami Street in East Toledo. The Lucas County Coroner's Office would later identify the remains as those of the 13-year-old Kimani Latigue. Her time of death posted at 12:19 p.m.
We have team coverage tracking all of the angles and developments in this investigation, from an exclusive interview with Kimani's grandmother to her school, her life, and her death.
Plus, Andre Norrell spoke with members of Toledo City Council about what they plan to do next. And Steve Iwanek is with family and community members gathered to make sure Kimani's memory lives on.
We start first with the new information out of Columbus. Police there say officers from a SWAT team shot Kimani's dad, Darnell Jones, just before noon.
A spokesperson for the Columbus Police Department did not identify Jones initially, but has since named him as the suspect that officers encountered Tuesday morning.
One of our SWAT teams was working a dangerous individual who was wanted for a serious crime. And
Why they not saying what he was wanted for, bro?
SWAT was given information that this gentleman was in this particular area. When SWAT arrived, they did make contact with the suspect in question that they were looking for, confirming the identity of, in fact, that suspect being the person that they were watching. At some point during the interaction with SWAT officers, I can confirm that an officer did discharge their firearm, striking the suspect. The suspect was transported to a local hospital. That suspect is currently in stable condition. Thankfully, no officers were injured. No one in the public was injured, but it's important to know, obviously, given this is an unusual area where we do not see a lot of crime, we just want to reassure the public that this is a safe, contained situation and there is no longer a threat to the public.
Were any guns recovered off of the suspect?
I can confirm that there was a firearm recovered from the scene that obviously was not the police firearm. So, like I said, it's still early. We're working through that, but I can confirm we did recover a firearm.
Do we know what the suspect was doing in this area?
We don't know that, and that is one of the things that investigators are actively trying to determine right now, because we don't believe there's any reason for him to be in this specific area in terms of knowing someone or trying to engage in any additional criminal activity.
Was the suspect pulled over in a car? We saw a car that was being looked at. Yeah. Was he in a home? Where was he?
There was a vehicle involved, and this interaction, I can say, happened outside. Beyond that, we can't get into the specifics just yet until we continue the investigation.
So you're saying he's unstable, so you believe these are not life-threatening injuries?
Correct. We do believe that he will survive his injury.
While the spokesperson for Columbus Police didn't release much information, the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 9, did. He detailed some of the disturbing details in this case and outlined his understanding of why officers were searching for Jones in the first place.
I received a call we never want to get. One of our officers was involved in a police-involved shooting. Immediately went to scene to speak to our officer, one of our SWAT officers, a dedicated officer, highly trained, as you know, our Special Operations Bureau, longtime member. He's okay. Thank God he's okay. When I heard about this case, this was an individual wanted for a homicide out of Toledo. I called my union counterpart in Toledo. I said, hey, good news, we have your guy. Your guy committed a murder, chose to fled to our town. I'll tell you right now, the wrong town to come to if you murder somebody. Our SWAT team will go out looking for you. This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard. This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, raped, had her hands cut off, and her throat almost cut off. This is an absolute animal that came into our town. I understand some of your editors won't let you print the word animal or view the word animal. If people are more offended to how I'm describing him, how he treated that girl, that's on them, not on me. Again, I'm glad our officers are okay. Our SWAT are the best of the best. We send a message. You murder somebody, do not come to this town.
Do you know anything about what led up to the shooting?
I know they were looking for him. I worked the street yesterday, and there was a bolo put out yesterday about this, so it was on everybody's mind. The officers are circulating the area, patrol detectives, they're looking for this individual. This is what SWAT does. SWAT goes out there. Some of them have uniforms, some are in plain clothes, in plain cars. And it's my understanding that they had a location on this suspect vehicle, and they did what they do. They circulated the area, they saturated the area of the Short North, and one of the SWAT officers did find him. There was a confrontation. The individual had a gun. You pull a gun on his officers, we've said many times, this is the outcome you could expect. The officers shot him. It's my understanding he is in a local hospital right now.
Did he fire back?
I do not know if he fired back. I just know a gun was recovered from the scene.
Brian, can you talk about, you mentioned how dangerous this suspect was, how relieved you are that none of your officers or any of the nearby neighbors
100%.
were injured, given what it could have been?
It's my understanding this individual might have been walking around the Short North area all night. You got not just a murderer, a violent murderer, a sadistic murderer in our neighborhoods is appalling. Again, thankful for the men and women of the Division of Police, our members, for going out there every day, finding.
Yo, I can't even. Whoever locked up with this dude, get him. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to say too much because we on. Yo, I want to say I want to violate this so bad, but I don't want YouTube to strike me. And yo, this is, bro. What the fuck is going on in Ohio? He had to be on drugs, bro.
These individuals and removing them from our street. I'm so glad nobody else was hurt.
Hours after police found Kimani's body in that abandoned East Toledo home, videos posted to social media Monday appeared to show officers taking her grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, away in handcuffs. Police have since said that she was not arrested, and Dorothy talked exclusively with WTOL 11 Silver Barker about Kimani and what she says really happened between her and TPD.
My first question for you, yesterday, lots of things was going on. We want to know specifically at your home, there was a lot of speculation online that you were being arrested, but when we checked with police, that was not the case. So can you further clarify on exactly what did happen yesterday at your home?
Well, I was called and told that there was a mob of people in front of my house. They were angry. It was more or less the people that were here earlier waiting to see if it was Kimani that was in the home. And basically some people from the neighborhood had contacted me and said that there was a mob in front of my house and they were talking about what they were going to do to me once I came home. So the police, the detective, said that she would have a unit come out and help me get my things and more or less escort me off the property. I asked to be handcuffed just so they can get the away from my property.
Are you scared?
So no, I was never arrested. I was taken downtown, but I was never arrested.
Are you scared for your safety right now?
I am.
What are some of the things that you've been hearing?
Oh, that's her grandma. So is that the son's mom? That nigga is sick, boy. I wanna. Oh, I wish I could be. No, I won't say I wish I could be locked up with this nigga, but ooh. Mm. Oh, we find out that's him in here. We gonna what? Man, all the goons. Y'all know what to do. Violate that nigga. And for the booty goons, y'all can go to the extra. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone it, but if the booty goons, you know y'all like to do that anyway. So yeah, but he get regular violations, man. I can't want to say the wrong word because I don't want to trigger the algorithm. This nigga is despicable, bro. Diabolical, just disgusting. I don't even care, bro. To be even accused of that, bro, that means you had something to do with it. What the fuck? And I don't care if it was drugs.
And receiving from people?
They said they was gonna blow up my house. They said they was gonna do harm to me. It's just been a barrage of different things that they've been stating.
And now, yesterday, or let's backtrack first for a little bit. So you are the guardian of Kimani, or you were the guardian of Kimani, correct?
I am the legal guardian of Kimani.
Okay. So in terms of taking care of her, when was Kimani placed under your care?
A year ago.
To take care of her?
She's been in my home for the past 5.5 years, but I just obtained legal custody of her a year ago.
Were you and Kimani close?
We were.
What were some of the things, trying to think of her and paint a memory of her in a good light, right now with everything that's going on, what was Kimani like? Tell me a little bit about how Kimani was in the time that you've got to her.
Kimani was phenomenal. Kimani was a helper. Like, she was older than what she appeared to be. Like, you know how they say somebody has an old soul? She was that. She loved older music. She loved playing video games. She loved the friends and family that she was allowed to be around. She played basketball for Spring Elementary. She was highly intelligent. So I'd like to clear up the mental issue statements. No, she was not mentally ill in any way. We had her, assessed, and they didn't feel as if anything was wrong with her mentally. So that was not an issue. But back to Kimani, she would, like, say for instance, someone would come over and they had children. They didn't have to worry about their kids because Kimani immediately embraced them and would play with them, kid stuff. She was phenomenal. Like I said, she was like no other kid her age.
What school did Kimani go to?
She went to Spring Elementary.
We were told that at that time she was doing good in school as well too, correct?
She was. She had brought her grade point average.
So I'm just noticing something right now. So he was in elementary at 13. Is what I'm guessing. She passed away. She's 13. And they keep saying she's elementary. 13 is like the end of middle. So something there. Either she failing, right? Because he did ask her what school this girl was in. They keep saying elementary. That's the second time I heard them say that. I just wanted to make sure before I responded to it. So what was going on? Was she not getting help through school, or she said that she had the girl looked at and that she wasn't mentally. I'm getting, and I don't want to put nothing on these people like this because I don't hear the whole story. I mean, the dad, fuck him, rest in piss to him. You know what I'm saying? Rest in piss to that nigga. But he was 13 in elementary school. That's not right. You 14 going to high school most of the time. 14, 15 going to high school. So what the fuck?
Up from a 3.4 to a 3.9.
I just feel like is these people on drugs or something? Like, what's up with this family, bro? And look at this place where they live at. I ain't trying to disrespect Toledo. I'm just saying. What the fuck?
And you know, actually they were going to have an award ceremony for the basketball players today at 5:30, but when I divulged to them that she had passed, they've rescheduled it. She was going to receive her trophy for being, you know, on the team and stuff.
And she has a birthday that's coming up.
Her birthday is Friday.
And she would have been turning 14.
She would have been 14.
Did you have any plans for her for her birthday?
We were going to have her a large birthday party because
I don't believe it. They ain't had no fucking plans for that girl. These people, I don't trust these people already. I'm just gonna say it. I don't fucking trust these people, bro. Grandmama, none of them, man. How the fuck this shit happening? Why and why was she 13 in elementary school? I'm just saying, man. It's something ain't right. People ain't taking care of her or something. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know, bro.
it would have been her first birthday where, once again, all of my children were together and could participate in the party. Her mom was supposed to come and everything. So I asked her early on, what type of party do you want? She said she wanted a basketball themed party. So that's what I bought. Things that revolved around her playing basketball. I'm still receiving stuff in the mail for that.
So there's been some confusion now in terms of when it comes to family, you know, who's her biological father, who is her biological mother, and then also was she in the foster care system? Can you...
Why this lady ain't crying? It's like she mad more than mad than crying. I don't trust these people, bro. I don't trust these people, my nigga. I don't trust these folks, bro. I need to see the rest of the film. I'm just saying, y'all notice this shit? Like, what is you mad at? That's your granddaughter. Like, what's...
clear up a little bit of all of that, you know, when Kimani was placed in your care, you know, when is the LCCS, who exactly did she come from and how did she...
She came from her other legal guardian. I choose not to state her name, but she came from her other legal guardian because the other legal guardian and I were best friends. The other legal guardian is my daughter, Kimani's mom, godmother. And we had already discussed when early on, because she's been with this person since she was 9 months old. My daughter has never really had custody of Kimani. So she's been with this person since she was 9 months old until, like I said, maybe 5.5 years ago. Now, off and on, this person, we would interact and, you know, do different things with her, for her, or I would contact her and tell her, well, I need this, or Kimani would like that. And she would come by and oblige, and we would commence. It's just too much.
Earlier you mentioned when you were talking about what Kimani was like, you know, you had mentioned that when family members did come over, who were allowed around her. Can you expand on that? Is there family members that weren't allowed around her?
No, it's just not very many that came around, and those that did, you know, she acted, as far as I'm concerned, she acted accordingly. She embraced all children, bad or good. Okay, next question.
So now we do know that Darnell, you know, people are looking for Darnell Jones right now. The police are looking for Darnell Jones, and there's an arrest warrant out for him. Do you have any idea of his whereabouts?
Oh, well, to my knowledge, he was just arrested in Columbus. He just recently had a shootout with the police in Columbus. They're saying that he confessed to her murder, and no, I take that back. They're saying that he confessed to her rape and slitting her throat.
How does it feel to learn that?
Bro, violate, yo, all my Ohio niggas. If y'all got people in it that's like, bro, get the word, violate this, bro. I'm trying to keep it political on this channel. Violate this, bro. Get them, bro. And to the booty goons, y'all get them too. The regular goons, he need double. He super. What Jim Jones told? What's the name on the phone? Super violate this, bro. Super. Like DOA. Like this would be his last violation ever. Like trying to talk. If you understand what I'm talking about.
I can't even say.
You know, as the police report mentions, Kimani was last seen with Darnell. You know, do you have any regrets of letting Kimani go with, as you're her guardian, do you have any regrets of letting Kimani go with Darnell?
I do. I do, only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel like this was pre-planned. I feel like you meant to do
You
this.
feel
I feel like you was
deceived.
grooming her.
See, there's some shit going
When you say
on.
grooming her, is there things that you saw before this?
Yeah.
No, I never saw anything out the ordinary. But when molesters decide to choose prey, they groom you first. So they give you gifts. They try and make you comfortable with them. They try and say little things to you that you and they can keep secret, and then eventually they pounce. And that's how I
don't
feel.
trust
That
her.
oh God,
Yeah, she knew.
how
It's
all of
cause
this
she
is played.
knew. It's cause she knew. She knew. Y'all knew. All y'all sick. And y'all should be ashamed of yourself. And I want to say much fouler shit on here. You lucky we on motherfucking YouTube. I wish I could see these people in public because I really say some shit to them. I hope he get. I hope the booty goons get him, and I hope all the Bloods, Crips, GDs, folks, Vice Lords, and the regular niggas. He needs maximum violations. Fuck the law. Get this nigga, bro. Get him, bro. On some for real, bro. Hey, I don't want to incite nothing, no, you know what I mean, to this lady, but I don't trust this lady neither. I don't know, but I know you know some. How you say these type of strongly? She's been groomed and all this. The girl, she's 13 in elementary school, so she probably ain't all there all the way. Not saying she ain't right. Maybe just a little slower. These people fail her. This is disgusting, man.
Played out. I feel that's what happened. She was a virgin. She didn't like boys.
There's also comments, and we're just trying to address those and get those addressed. But there's comments online and speculation again that, Kimani, her home situation, she was abused. What do you have to say to that?
Okay, abuse in whose eyes? Because she was not abused. Yes, she was chastised whenever she was wrong or did things wrong. Other than that,
Man, lock all these niggas up, bro. Abusing man.
she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just because I felt like it. I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise.
These is child abusers, bro. I'm already know if that little girl told the CSB or CSP, whatever they call it, where they from, on her behalf. You heard what she said. She told the school on her behalf, Benedictine or wherever that school was. These people child abusers, bro, and off with their heads, man. All of them.
Children without physically harming them, and you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that. So she didn't have like bruises all over.
How long ago was that when they came into your home?
I would say the latest, it was approximately 7 months ago.
And so you say the latest. So was it a few times that they came into your
It
home?
was twice
The
total.
latest.
So twice total that they came into your home and checked. Okay. And it was all for like you mentioned, what you just said.
Yes.
Explaining.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in terms of, this whole situation, so you were not arrested, correct? And that's
Correct.
what, a lot of people seem to think as they saw you going out in custody. That's what you asked for, correct?
Yes.
That was our Silver Barker there. Kimani's family came out of town to search for her. Now they say they're planning a funeral instead. Silver Barker spoke with Kimani's aunt about the relationship and the things she says she regrets.
I'm Dorothy's second oldest daughter. I'm Kimani's aunt. My name is Sanika. I live in Indianapolis. All this that is going on is devastating. You wouldn't think that, you see it happen around the world, but when it hits close to your heart, you really just be thinking like, did I do something wrong? Did I fail her? She didn't have the life to live that we have got to grow and live. She was only 30.
Yeah, all of y'all did. Yep. Mm-hmm. Place to blame. I don't give a fuck. Everybody did. All y'all did. Off with all y'all heads. I don't know about this young lady, but off with everybody head. Though y'all lucky I ain't no king. If I was a king back in the day, man, listen, we ain't going through no case, nothing. Off with their heads. Now. Not now, but right now. yesterday. What the we fell her. Yeah, she got her fucking hands chopped off and her throat cut and got, you know what else she happened to her. Who knows how long that was happening. Off with all y'all heads, nigga. Yeah. Y'all should go through double time what she went through. Drug addict, junkie, probably. Oh, man.
13. So to know that somebody that I trusted, which was her father, to come through and deceive us just to get to Kimani in some sexual way or a harmful way, that hurts me to the fullest. And the point I feel like I failed her. Me as being her aunt, a person that she could run to and tell anything and everything to. That was my girl. That was my baby. And to hear all of this, to know all of this, and to be going through all this and hearing it for as long as that it went on, it's very devastating. I see so many people that are supposed to be my family that's going against my mom and me for that instance, and saying like, oh, you know, she failed her, she had something to do with it, she had this and that. It doesn't matter at this point. For right now, and until we get justice for Kimani, it's all about Kimani. What I would like to say is there's a lot of people on the internet starting GoFundMes, and that's not what we need right now, because it's not what Kimani needs. The funeral home has objected to say that they're going to come and pay for everything, so there's no need for any GoFundMe pages, any of that. Everything is being taken care of that needs to be taken care of by her family, her immediate family.
Does it upset you that there are GoFundMes? Some of them, I think, in cases might be scams too as well. That are going
what upsets me is that people are starting these GoFundMe pages and putting Kimani name underneath it, and they know that it's going to get viewed, and people have sympathy and feel some type of way about that. And some of them can be scams, but I know some of them have come from family members. When just let the immediate family handle that. Like, what y'all gonna do with the money if y'all not turning it into the funeral home? There's no need. Let us handle it. Y'all just sit back and give us the emotional support that we need. That's what we need right now. As a family, as a community, we should all come together and just give each other the emotional support that we honestly need. And that's just what I asked for everybody to, you know, calm down, breathe. I know this is a hard time, because it's not just a hard time for y'all. This is a rough time for me. I just need y'all to come together and understand that we need each other as a community, as a family, and emotional support is what we need the most in this situation.
You know, yesterday the crowd was, yesterday if you were here, I'm assuming, you know, the crowd was very upset, lots of emotions going through too, you know, especially at this time with such a sensitive situation. You know, we've heard multiple comments out in the crowd, you know, attacking or pointing fingers at your mom. So, you know, what has it been like finding her support system and helping her out?
In a way, you have to be mature enough to decide, am I going to follow along with the crowd, or am I going to, you know, stick around with the loner? I'm to the point where I'm not following nobody. I'm going with what's right. If it was your mother, if it was your niece, would you console your mother? Would you console you know, the person that was closest to her, who lived with her? I'm not out to have a torch and the pitchforks and all out to go against anybody except the person who did this, which I believe was her father, Darnell. I don't have any other anger pushed towards.
No, fuck that. I'm angry at all y'all. All y'all niggas is to blame. Fuck that. Fuck all y'all. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers trying to shift blame of all y'all failed her. And he the ultimate. Nah, nigga. I don't care if you don't live in the same town as her, Sanikia, or whatever the fuck your name is. Y'all trying to nonchalantly, all y'all should feel to blame for that. Man, I want to say so much foul shit, boy. Do that to that little girl like that, man. I don't give a fuck. What if she can understand this from that from this, man? Whatever the reason she's 13 in the elementary for, it don't matter. Man, I want to say so much shit.
Towards anybody else. I'm angry that this happened, but I'm angry at the person who did this.
Do you know if, have you been in contact with Tiara, the mother?
Yeah, I've been in contact with my sister. It's been briefly. It's been over through text. Like I said, I live in Indianapolis. I seen her yesterday, but that was very brief. It wasn't even more.
You talking to your sister about your niece, her dead daughter, who was RAPE'd, her hands cut off and her throat cut off by her dad. 13 years old, birthday on Friday. You're just talking, you just sending text. See, all these people, that's what I say, man. Unalive them all and let God sort them out. That's how I feel. Off with all their heads, nigga.
More than 5 minutes. It was more or less that she wanted to show me my other niece, Kazaria, which is Kimani's youngest sister. But it wasn't like it was oh, sis, what are we gonna do? Any of that. And I don't wish this on nobody. I really don't. I could, your mind go different places when it's a baby. That was a baby. Like I said, I have a very close relationship with Kimani. She was a tomboy. She wasn't out looking for, trying to be fast or,
You can tell she was a little tomboy. I was gonna say that too. Not that really, but you could tell she's a little tomboy. You could tell. And y'all failed her. Y'all ain't helped that girl. Abusing this man. All y'all niggas need to listen. Unalive them all. Off with their heads. On video. Put it on Twitter. Didn't they just do a firing squad in South Carolina execution? Yeah, firing squad. Like, real shit, bro. Convict them or whatever. I don't care. You ain't got to convict them. Disgusting, man.
TVS or any of that. So for her mother to come down and have all this to say and all that, Tierra, where was you for the past 4 years? We haven't seen you since Kimani TikTok party.
Her too. All of them. Sister,
You
the
haven't
mama.
called her. You haven't sent her anything. You haven't said, oh, baby, I'm going to come get you for a weekend. We haven't seen you until this happened. Why we got to see you when it's a tragic moment? So, Tierra, where do you stand?
And Tierra lives in Cleveland.
Yes.
I don't like none of these people. All of them look stinky. You all look stinky like you smell like Newport 100s or Cools. She looks smelly. Like the JJ ain't up to par. The mamas look like she was the OG of the child abuse. And the father, like I said, the gangster goons and the booty goons in Ohio, wherever he at, get to him ASAP. He needs maximum violation. This needs to be his last violation in life. Ever. Nigga. Someone blaming her and I blame all y'all, the mama, the daddy, the whole bunch. It's a shame this girl had to be born to y'all. Sorry excuses for humans. I'm trying to say this shit political some type of way.
And so the past 4 years, you're saying there's very little communication.
Very, very minimum. It wasn't even, she'll call my mom. She'll go through me and say, have you talked to mommy? And I'm like, no, about what? And she'll say, oh, well, she got custody of Kimani and she trying to get child support from me. So it wasn't that Tierra was concerned about Kimani. It was more of the why she want child support from me.
What is the relationship between your mother and your sister, Tierra?
It's very distant. They had their words. They fought. Kimani mother has a godmother that Kimani was with before my mom got her. And there was no communication then from Tierra. I feel like Tierra just let her go. Because any mother would be on her toes to get her children back. That wasn't the case here. It just wasn't.
When was Kimani taken away from Tierra?
I'll say about 7-8 months. And then Tierra godmother stepped in and got custody of Kimani,
Godmother,
which would have been around
shit.
9 months. Yeah, and Kimani had been with that lady from 9 months all the way up until about, I say,
That lady, her godmama, that lady. You don't even
5.5 years ago. So it wasn't like Tierra was actually in the picture, saying, hey, maybe I can start getting myself together to get my child back so nobody else can get her.
Have you ever worried for Kimani's safety with any of the family members or anyone?
I wouldn't say I was worried because I was here. I was here. Every winter break, spring break, holidays, birthdays, I was here for Kimani. Yes, you come and you enjoy time with your family, but I was here for my niece. I also brought my youngest sister and her 2 kids from Indianapolis to be here for Kimani because we've been in the system before. So I know how it feels to feel like, dang, I'm at somebody's house or
all y'all just failures. Everybody been in the system. Y'all just all losers, bro. They all just losers, and they probably on dope, and they probably just all of them despicable. I'm really only watching the rest of this videos because it's almost at the end. I know that everybody's watching. Shout out to y'all that's watching. Justice for this little girl, man. I say unalive them all and let God sort them out. That's my theory. All of them, the mama, the God mama, whoever, anybody who had guidance of this young girl. Let God figure out where they gonna go, heaven to hell, nigga. But they need to be off the earth, nigga. No cap.
Or not feeling not wanted. I know those feelings, so I tried to give Kimani that at all times because she wanted and loved by her aunts. And this is just devastating that I have to go through this for the rest of my life and knowing I'll never have the embrace of my niece. The, hey, TT, what you doing?
You worried about you? It's so devastating because you feel like that you're going to be lacking her. What about her having a fucking life and growing up and being an adult? They keep saying me. I keep going through this. Why we had to go through this? What about her?
You coming down here, I'll never get to hear that from my baby again. And that's
So
what
what?
kills
We
me the
don't care.
most.
We don't care about what you. That's what kill you. Not that she was brutally fucking murdered, nigga. That's what killed. The worst thing is you'll just never hear her voice again.
I just wish that when I was down here last, that I had just taken her to Indianapolis with me. So this would have never happened. A lot of things, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but at the end of the day, I just really wish that whatever happened and whoever did this, y'all didn't have to do that to her. There's plenty of people out here with, grown people that put themselves out there to be, the sex workers or whatever it may be. You didn't have to do this to a child.
What? Sex workers? So now you advocating. See, these people is different, bro. These is wicked people. You know what she's saying? You could have just did this to somebody else. Don't nobody need to go through this. Sex worker or not, little girl, grown adult or not. There's plenty of people out here. Why you had to, let's first of all, yeah, but nobody should have to go through this for no. Come on, bro. This is some stupid weirdo family. What's that damn movie? Hills Have Eyes, the black version. Weirdo ass niggas.
There was nothing that Kimani would have done to make you hurt her. So she was a very timid kid, tomboyish, reserved. She wasn't, loud and out there.
She was scared of y'all.
So
She was
it's just
scared.
devastating that I have to.
And all y'all probably was mad at her. They probably used to call her, you little light skin, probably to chastise her because she was light skinned or mixed or whatever she was. I can already tell what type of people these is, man. I can already tell what type of folks these is, bro. Man, off with they heads. You hear me? Or my King Louis the 13th shit, or whatever king that was back in the day, off with their heads, off with all of them. I don't care. We don't need no trial, no nothing. Unallow them all and let God sort them out, nigga. Talking about some of these other people you could have done. Why you want anybody to go through this? Especially not your little niece. I'm just saying. Why even bring that up? What type of logic and thinking and talking? Why is that even in your heart like that? They probably all sadistic, sick, and twisted.
That me and my family have to go through this.
Motherfuck your family, ain't you, bitch?
Add at this time in the interview? Anything else that I didn't ask, maybe?
Fuck y'all.
I just want people to understand that family is family, and at the end of the day, don't be so eager to go against your family. Talk to your family and talk to the children. These children may be scared to talk to the parents about things that's going on or what may be going on.
See, they all know. They all talking in subliminals and shit. They all know. They all talking in subliminals. They know what's going on. Y'all just let it get to this point because y'all probably, man.
They feel like they may get in trouble, but make it known that to your kids that you can talk to me. Make it very open. You can talk to me about any and everything. Because that's what these kids need to hear nowadays. Instead of going on social media and talking to somebody over social media about it, like he did this or she may done that. Talk to your family because they can handle. They're the adults. They're supposed to handle it.
Our community is grieving alongside Kimani's family right now. Many at a vigil at the home where Kimani was found Monday. Steve Iwanek shares their story.
Talk to me about why this has created such a passion within you and what you want to see happen in the future for people who may be going through a situation.
No offense, man. All these people out there look weird as fuck, bro. Junkied out, Delulu, little Riri, and I don't mean Rihanna. All these, I'm sorry, I ain't trying to shit on Toledo, but these people that I've been seeing on this program here, oh y'all like, when the fuck, where y'all living at? This shit look like some abandoned house corner block. Man, listen, bro. Y'all lucky I ain't motherfucking.
Situation that Kimani may or may not have been going through in her own life.
The reason why I have so much passion for this, I guess it was my upbringing. It started with my grandmother.
And I'm sorry, this lady helped search for her. But I'm just saying, bro, all y'all people look crazy as hell, bro. Like, not, they just look weird. This doesn't look like normal people, like, loving. I don't get no love from none of this shit I seen. The gloominess of outside, how the street look, the energy from people. I don't even get concerned, true. And these supposed to be the closest people to her, grandma and her. Gave it to some lady, which was her godmama, regardless of what her mama, man, y'all people.
She was always telling us, if you do the right things, then you don't have to worry about anything. If you walk right, then you don't have to worry about anything. And having that upbringing, I was brought up in church. You know what I'm saying? I was not the kid that was not spared the rod. I was given the rod, okay? So I understand what discipline was all about. And I think for me is to show the love, give back to my community in a time like this, because you don't want to see it happen to another child.
This 13-year-old girl now, some people say she has found peace. I can't say that on behalf of her family. I'm just what I've read online. What do you say to Kimani right now as I'll take it through my perspective of faith, she's looking down now. What do you think she is saying to her?
It's like one of them little weird country towns where inbred ass shit going on and shit. I'm just saying, bro. Like, why that lady just gonna to them? I was talking about, so it seemed like the whole community knew she was being abused. Why she keep saying I was a kid who was not spared the rod and all. Y'all knew this about this lady, you inbred looking motherfuckers. It's like one of them little weird country towns, bro. Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. And I ain't trying to say the whole Toledo like that. I can't say. I'm just saying, bro. This shit look real weird out there, bro. What's up, bro? Nuke the whole town. No, I can't say that. There's good people there. I'm just saying, man. The way I'm feeling, I want to. We need to excavate. What's the word? Extract Toledo and put that shit in a whole nother country. Take that out of the United States. In that shit. Make that shit desolate. Turn it to a whole new town.
Her community and her family.
Kimani was never ours. She was just loaned to us. She was a vessel in a shell. She's at peace. No more hurt, no more pain, no more going through nothing. She know her Father, heavenly above, has her.
Kimani was a 7th grader at Spring Elementary. Now her school is in mourning.
Oh, so she was in 7th grade. So elementary is 7th grade? I'm confused. I thought 7th grade was middle school. Or maybe out there they elementary is it goes up to. Y'all gotta let me know, bro. From what I thought, elementary goes to 5th grade, and then junior high school, which is middle school, same is 6th to 8th. And then high school is 9th to 12th. This shit is crazy.
Michael Sandlin went to TPS to find out how the district is helping students there process her death.
Jeff, today counselors and therapy dogs are brought in to help the students and teachers deal with grief.
Let's skip to this part, bro. Because they talking about how the kids, talking with kids about murder and stuff like that. Are they going, oh, this is what she was found at?
Homes in the city of Toledo.
The East Toledo structure where Kimani Latigue was found happened to be one of them. Lead investigator Brian Duggar found out there's a plan to tear it down.
Yeah, city crews were at 1101 Miami Street this morning, boarding up windows and picking up trash, but the house won't be standing for long. We can now confirm the house is set to be demolished within the next 3 months. Now, according to the city, that demolition has been expedited because of Kimani's murder. We have also learned several other things about the property, which was damaged by 2 separate fires in 2022. It was purchased last year, sight unseen, for $4,000 by a real estate developer who planned on tearing it down and turning it into a parking lot. It has been vacant since those fires and has not.
Wow, dude, that list on some separate shit. $4,000. That's a hell of a price for that place. That land, 4 bands. But good, they need to tear that fucking hellhole down.
Been repaired. Now, despite that, the value of the property actually climbed $5,000 to $37,800 during the county's recent valuation process. And like many of the city's blighted properties, there is a significant bill attached to the property, nearly $4,000 in back taxes. Now, we talked to the developer this morning.
I don't even want that shit. I'll sell that shit. Whoever own that shit, I'll sell that bitch. Just make sure I get my little 4 bands back, plus a little extra. See, really just get my 4 bands back, man. Y'all, if I can get a couple grand from out it, get sick. I don't even want that shit no more type shit, bro. Damn, I did not know this story was like that, bro. R.I.P. to Kimani, bro. Jesus Christ, man. Mm-mm-mm. I'm at a loss for words, man. Unalive all them niggas. Let me know what you think, man. Like, I'm trying to know if it's a bill.